All season long, we responded well to runs, but we need to avoid those situations. It usually happens at the beginning of the game, at the beginning of the second half, which did both those situations tonight. And we tried to battle back. We did in the first half, tied it at 13, and we were right there at halftime. But we didn't come out of the gates in the second half, and it was just too much there late in the second.
Looked like they were hurting you guys in transition, especially. And I think there was one play they call a timeout, and then McCamey finds Tisdale down the court for a dunk. Is that one of the things that I guess you guys are trying to focus on? What went wrong?
Yeah, it was one of our main things coming in was getting five guys back in front of McCamey, because he's a talented point guard who has a great vision and sees the floor real well. He made a great play in that out of bounds play to see Tisdale full court, and something like that was just miscommunication. We called one of our presses, and we didn't communicate on one guy coming up, and Tisdale went long. We missed it, but it was more than just that play. It was a lot of plays, just not executing what we've been talking about. But we responded well, as I said, to their first run and got back in it. And I thought we played hard, but it just wasn't. We didn't execute well enough.
I feel you got seniorized at all three of their seniors had huge games in the same game.
Yeah, and that's. It's tough to overcome that and win when they those three guys are hitting on all cylinders. You want to avoid that. Those three guys you come in marking. And we let them get too comfortable early in the game. And then Tisdale late was just a monster, and we got to be able to stop their star players, because that's what they want to do. And the more we can do that, then the more the other guys have to step up. And we didn't do that.
It's hard to beat that 121 in the last 22 against you guys here.
Yeah, that's a shock to me. You guys told me that the other day, and it was in my head. As we were coming here and playing here, I would have loved to have snapped that and turn it around. But they played well with it. We just didn't come out right away and execute. The things we've been working on all week long, which is disappointing. But our guys played hard.
I know the names of the players and the coaches have all changed, but it seems like the result. There's been 3 or 4 different coaches, tons of different players.
Yeah, and it's a good environment. Good support. The fans are right there. It's fun to play, and I like it. You hear the heckling. It's a fun time, and we just haven't been able to come out on top. I'm sure there's a lot of close ones, here or there, and even tonight, we were right there for most of the game, and just couldn't get over the hump.
How much did Bryce's illness affect you guys?
You'd probably have to ask him. I don't know what percent he was at. I know he was struggling last night, and hopefully he can. We got a quick turnaround here going to Michigan State. Hoping he can get back to 100%. But I thought he played hard. He did some good stuff out there. But I'm sure he wasn't feeling up to par, and it's too bad, because he's had a good season, and we need him to be at 100%.
What's the difference between this team now and the 13-point loss, double-digit loss no matter what? But it seemed like this game, you're never completely out of it. Whereas this time last year, that's a different story. What's the losses about?
Just guys still competing every day in practice. Still buying into everything we're doing. All eyes on coach, and listening to everything he's saying and doing what he's preaching. We're trying. It doesn't always work out as he hopes or we hope, but the more we can just continue to work hard and do the things we practice every day, and go out on the court and execute them, the more successful we're going to be. And last year it got ugly for whatever reason. I'm not sure, but I hope we can continue to fight this season and get some momentum going into Indianapolis.
Problems early in the second half tonight, more offensive or defensive?
A mixture. That we just didn't mark them a few times. We were trying to trap the ball screens at sometimes, and they just get wide open layups and dunks. So I think a lot it starts on defense, but in our effort there and our execution. But at the same time, we got to be able to score buckets. And this team's at times we look great doing it, at times we don't. So we've got to find that medium.
When you guys played Michigan State, you beat them, and you faced a similar circumstance at Indiana when you went in there and you were able to get out of there with a win. What do you have to do now to make sure that thing kind of repeats itself when you go to East Lansing next?
Yeah, another tough environment, as Indiana was. A place we haven't had too much success in recent years. Hopefully we can have that in our minds and use that as motivation. I'm sure they're going to be gunning for us for what happened at Carver, and execute our game plan on the road. It's probably going to be a ruckus environment. I think it's senior night up there, so they're going to be playing hard and gunning for us. Keep our composure and execute, and hopefully come out on top.